Hi, I'm Chris, and this is a tour of my Bay State Garden and Orchard, and it's May 22nd, 2019. Starting out here in front, I've got a sprinkler on a brand new garden of wildflowers out here, natives, and I've also got some bush cherries in there, not native, but I think they'll work well there. This is from the ruts when I got my brand new well put in. Behind these plants there's the wellhead, and that means I'll have plenty of water for the gardens, so I'm really glad I did it. It wasn't cheap, but well worth the expense. And this garden is going to be amazing next year, filled with wildflowers of all sizes and colors. Very excited about that. Walking back through, here's some work I did on the stone wall. I had to make a new path, so I took it all apart and I built it up again. It's not perfect, but it looks very much like the style of the rest of the stone walls, so I'm happy with that. We're going to go through and look at some other fruit trees that have gone in this year in the garden. Over here we got a little medlar. Has cool fruit that you have to let almost rot before you can eat it. Look it up, medlar. There's a young one. It's leafing out nicely. Very, very moist spring. Wildflowers are doing great here. Everything is lush. A few tomato seedlings. I actually am working at a vegetable farm this year, so I'm not growing as many vegetables because I'll be getting them there and learning lots of tips. Walking into the back garden. Okay, we're going to go visit over here. New Asian pear tree. This one is Hardy Giant from Starks. Some crimson clover. That's a ground cover I've put in, a cover crop I've put in, gorgeous. My older pear trees look like they're gonna have some fruit this year. So you can see that there. This is the Bartlett. I also have a Moonglow. They cross-pollinated nicely. Another Asian pear, 20th century here. Only about 15 feet, so they should cross-pollinate well. They are building the house behind me now, so I've got a brand new 8-foot fence and I'm growing some cool things along it. Here's a jujube. Look it up. It has fruit that are like little apples when they're fresh, and then they dry almost like dates. This is a male and female of a hardy kiwi that likes some shade. I'm going to train it up along this fence. Another jujube. I was a little worried, but it is starting to leaf out. Last year's hazelnuts. And last year's mulberry. Looking good. Honeyberry over here. Let's go visit it. Oh, these are all some blueberries. These are the big blueberries that I didn't prune last year. These are mostly left for the birds. Honeyberry, and there are some berries forming deep inside these. It's hard to get to them. I'll show you them when I get some ripe ones. The tricolor beech looking fabulous. 25 years it's been here. More of the ornamental gardens. Heading over to the rest of the orchard now. Did spray with some copper fungicide on a lot of these trees, as well as dormant oil. Because of the very rainy spring, I wanted to have a little fungicide to keep them from getting too many fungus. Seems to be doing okay. Here's my cornelian cherry that I moved last fall. Rhubarb is fabulous. Got to cut those flowers off. You don't leave those, they use up energy. The comfrey that I'll be using to drop as fertilizer later. Blackberries I need to prune. And here, my 3 beach plums are in bloom. I'm watching to see what kind of fruit we get as far as quantity. Here's the pear tree. It is setting some fruit. I need to do a little more copper on that, help it out. Rhubarb again. And back here, these are the really vigorous male and female of the hardy kiwi. I'm going to be building a much more extensive system for training on them, but this is just the start. They already have some flowers though. I may get a little bit of fruit this year. So much rhubarb. Taking some to my coworkers tomorrow. chives. I've actually had the woodchuck chewing on the chives a little. I didn't think they did that, but I got so much it hasn't been a problem. Here's the other pear tree. Looks like we're going to have some fruit there too. Another view of the beach plums. Over here in the vegetable garden, so far all we've got are some onions, some leeks. I don't know if we can get a good angle on that with all the sun. Next to them I've put in some potatoes, not showing yet. Here's a little Chicago hardy fig. Where are you, buddy? There you go. And I rejuvenated the strawberry bed this year, and wow, it is happy. Gave it a lot more space to breathe. There's straw under there. It's about time to start thinking about covering it with netting that the bees can still get through so that they don't all get stolen. And I did put in a little patch of peas over here. These are sugar snaps. Another patch of, these were just from the runners, these strawberries, so I think I'm going to cut those blooms off to give them time to grow a little bit more. Got some snapdragons from work. We at the farm we also grow flowers. People can come pick them. Rhubarb crop looking good. Here's the persimmon, the hardy persimmon, the one that is tasty even when firm. Very excited about the Asian cross there. And the cherry tree bloomed this year. This is Stella, and looks like she may set from some fruit too. I think that's very cool. All right, a couple more quick fruits to visit. Oh, there's some sage and lots of garlic, both hardneck and softneck. Raspberry patch, some asparagus. Ooh, that one got out of hand. Lilies. And here, a tree I'm really excited about, a green gauge plum of much history and deliciousness. Apparently only really tasty when picked fresh, which is why it's not available in markets. And over here, yes, it looks like the pawpaw may be leafing out. Very excited about that. I'm Chris, and this is a May 22nd, 2019 tour of my Bay State kitchen, garden, and orchard.